All right, we'll get into continuing Portsea. Just wait for this rain to clear. Get a bit of daylight. I just realised Portsea doesn't even have a ferry terminal. And there's actually a ferry cruise ship terminal hub thing, so we'll change this here. So we'll rebuild this section for the third time. Yay! Just wish the rain would piss off. Guess we don't have to worry about that. Let's just get it done. Actually, we'll just see if we can just wait for the rain and get some better daylight. I hate working in this sort of conditions. Let's just check out our traffic flow. This freeway is getting pretty heavy over here. May need to be expanded to a 4-lane highway or motorway. It's a very utilised motorway. %74% traffic, which is pretty good. If this city can hit 80%, it would just be a miracle. Just got our regular problems here at the cargo. So much stuff going to the cargo hub, train stations. And over here, just business as usual. Probably clear that up a little bit just by doing this. Keep that flowing. There we go. Get these guys going. Now surely that would alleviate some traffic on that road. Yeah, we got a 1% increase. Woohoo. I think we got midday-ish conditions, judging by the... Oh no, we don't. We still have decent shading here. So it must be still coming into the day. It's clearing up for a beautiful day here in Port Eastington. And it's stopped raining. Thank God. Okay, let's replace this cruise ship terminal with a hub. Yes, we want to destroy it again. Okay. Harbour ferry, harbour bus monorail, ferry bus exchange, ferry tram hub. Oh, ferry tram hub. What does that look like? Oh yeah, but that'd be all the way over there. No, we'll just do a ferry, harbour ferry thing. Wow, it really wants to dig it in deep, doesn't it? Alright, let's just... chuck it there. Huh, it actually automatically angled it. I didn't even know it did that. That's interesting. Oh, so it's always going to have an angle. That's very weird. Because I don't want it to have an angle. Oh. So it's trying to be intuitive, but instead it's causing problems. So I'll have to delete that restaurant for now. We don't want it to be angled at all. maybe we do that. Oh, it's still angled ever so slightly. Then we'll move it over, move it out. Might have to go flush with our SeaWorld thing, or maybe we can move the SeaWorld thing up a little bit more. Maybe we can have it right on the edge there. In that case, we can probably get this straightened. Okay, bro, no angling. Oh, it's still a slight angle, but that's fine. We can live with that. Now we want this road to basically go there. I think that would be about right. Oh, we're gonna have to fix that road. We might have to move our Ferris wheel. Fun in games when you're replacing something. We need straightness. Too much height. Need to bring that down. Actually, we need to bring it up so the road sits above. I don't think that ever had a road, which is fine. Yeah, hey boss, how you going? So, I think last time you saw I put that cruise ship terminal here, and it wasn't connecting, so I ended up rebuilding it, getting it connected, and I actually ended up making it this whole section quite nice. And then I realized at this Portsea place it doesn't even have a ferry terminal. And then I further realized that there's actually a harbour ferry hub. So I've just replaced cruise ship terminal for the third time. Yeah, I decided to put the Ferris wheel here. I might have to move it since I'm trying to re-jig this area for this hub. But I thought it worked well over here. I put a few gazebos along here, along the foreshore. Yeah, so now I've just got to get this to work. Now the angle of that looks a bit off. Oop. Okay, and then we got to check the angle of this. But that building's ever so slightly angled. It's interesting when you place this hub on a curved waterfront, it actually angles the building, which is a cool feature, but I didn't really want it to do that. Yeah, it's coming up alright, the colours. Alright, so let's fix this road up. So it might... Oh yeah, we want to add a node, we don't want to delete a node. So we'll just add one here. Then... Oh, I deleted the wrong one. Alright, it's okay, I can rebuild that. Oh man. Alright, so let's get this angle right as well. It looks off. Okay. That looks straight, I believe. And it's level. And now we want to unlock this. Unlock it and then make it one of these guys because it needs a proper road connection. It was having a whinge when I had the cruise ship terminal going there without a proper road. So we'll add that in. Believe that looks straight. It's just this slightly angled building here that puts it off. Okay. But I can have a pedestrian link here, so we'll use a pedestrian link. One that is straight. Oh wow, it's hard to get that node. Oh, oh, there we go. Oh, why are we going? Okay, we need to use this. Ooh. Very tight. Actually, let's try that again, because it didn't even connect. So we definitely connected there. We went at 180 degree. The snaps are causing us grief. Turn off the snaps. Oh, then it's turned off the angles. Oh, hang on, we'll turn the angle back on. Oh yeah, there's 180. And we want it to about there. So there's a connection. Okay, don't know why I decided to make it so high, but anyway, we can pull that down. That shouldn't be a drama. There we go, connects with those car parks, kind of. Maybe we can pull it back. No, it's doing that weird thing where it... Oh. Or instead of pulling it back, it wants to put it up. Okay. Now, are we flush with sea life? Yeah, we are. We can probably... We need to keep it probably about there. Okay. Be nice to pull that back. Oh yeah, there we go. We can pull it back about there so it doesn't cut into the car parks. And then just move it back down again. Wow, that tall building really makes it hard to zoom in there. Alright. That is sufficient. Charles Clark. I don't know. We'll have to follow someone a bit later. See what they're doing. We might even rename them. Alright, can I scroll? Alright, so there we go. Let's have a look at this side here. Oh, here we go. This bit's gonna be a little bit tricky. Let's see if we can if we can cut out a piece of that wall. Wow, that's a pretty big piece. Alright, let's cut it. Gonna end up with a city full of Charles Clarks. So Twitch ain't it. Not sure what you mean by that. Alright, so add a node there. And then we want to cut that node out. There we go. Oh, there's still a cheeky node underneath. Oh, how painful. How do you get underneath without destroying the whole thing? Oh yeah, the position, yeah. I thought you were talking about Twitch, the service itself, and I'm like, oh. Alright. Let's see if we can get this. Ah. It's actually finding the other. No, we don't want it. Oh, damn it, it's disconnecting anyway. You know what? We'll just make it work. Alright. Got a bit of a step. But if we don't have a step... Oh, now I'm moving the whole thing. Sort of cuts into there. Alright, you know what? I think we're going to leave that. Put a walrus on there. I was thinking about just putting a tree, but you know. Alright, we can hide it with something, so we're just going to feed our other road. Oh, actually, I thought we made this a it's got to be a bikeway road because it's got to match the rest. There we go. Oh, you notice it. You notice what happens there. Interesting. Alright, people won't notice the step, right? So we take it up one. There we go. She'll make this slightly curved. So where's our 90% mark? Doesn't want to give us 90%. we're going to curve it slightly anyway. No. Let's try it from here. No. Ah, what's going on here? Why can't I do that? I was able to do that yesterday. Oh, there we go. I was just gonna say, this harbour thing, cruise ship terminal slash ferry, starting to become a pain in the ass. When you say put a walrus on the wall, is there actually an asset you can do to put a walrus on the wall? Move the seat over here. That there. It's a pavement path thing here. There we go. Okay. I thought it was like an asset that already existed and I didn't know about it. Alright, well let's just chuck a tree. Probably want a decent sized tree. Why can't I put that tree there? That's weird. Ah, it won't even let me put a tree there. That's super shit. No weird shift or alt that can help me. No. It won't let me put a tree. Yeah, I know. There's probably there probably is a walrus on the workshop. Oh, how painful. I can't even put a tree there. I mean, it doesn't look that bad. It kind of looks like it's supposed to continue into there. Now, I did have a restaurant. I could probably rebuild the restaurant and not have to move everything along. Just gotta remember where it is. It was one of the city park assets, I believe. Yeah, cafe, sorry. It's a cafe. Ah, that's right. And I turned it around and it actually... Yeah, well, it shouldn't have an issue because there is actually a road there. Because obviously we want it facing the waterfront. Just need to pull it up forward a little bit. Not enough, not as much space for it as it was before. Get it angled with the Ferris wheel. Pull it across more into the park. Park bench can go on there. What have we got here? It's the walkway anyway, so we could probably pull it a little bit further. Yeah, there we go. I mean, having that bin prop thing there is probably not the best, but garbage has got to be collected somehow. Alright, cool. Let's put an Eastern Cottonwood right here. Oh no, let's try yeah, let's try one of those. Chuck one over here as well. Oh. Alright, cool. I think I did have some specific trees for along here as well. It might have been a pine. Or maybe the pinkish tree. Yeah, I think, to be honest, it probably looked a little bit better when it had a better view. But if I want it to be like what it was before, I'll have to move everything along here. And yeah, considering it's the third time I have to build this harbour thing, I'm not that keen. I think it looks alright. Alright, we'll go this here. Go with what matching now this way. Still spewing, I can't put a tree here. There's just a little gap that it will just no. Okay, let's save. You know what's funny? Actually, last night, so you watched me play my early session. I had a second session later in the night, and I actually got my first blue screen of death from playing this game. So I think my GPU is definitely on the way out. But thank God I've got autosave on as well, because I only lost about 5 minutes of building, and it was just after I did everything you see along here. So I was pretty, yeah, I was like, oh my God, if I just lost everything I just did, I didn't know that I'll be rebuilding it again, but yeah, but luckily it was just about 3 minutes or so. But yeah, I think my GPU just lost the plot and the whole thing just crashed. And I have heard people mention about crashing, and it never happened to me until yesterday. Alright, let's get it going a bit. Oh really? Don't tell me that. Oh man. I haven't seen blue screens of death like at all really in the last, I don't know how many years of, yeah, but I guess I haven't really been playing that many games either. I've been trying to stay away from games until I bought this one. And then I bought FIFA 23 as well. And I do have GTA 5 from back in the day. Heaps of people using this area. So I've done a lot more landscaping as well. Not sure if I did that when you were watching last time, but it's definitely more densely forested. What I want to do actually is build this, like a walking trail through here. I wonder if I can move this power line without losing power. No, that's not what I wanted. I want to move the whole thing. It's weird. So if you get constant blue screens, do you have it like set up to like save every 5 minutes or something? Maybe I should change my autosave frequency. Yeah, alright, well, let's do the walking trail here. We need to go to parks, National Reserve, with decorations, without decorations. Okay, we want the one with decorations. Let's start there. Maybe you can angle it a bit more. Yeah, there we go. Oh, let's take it out the let's try that bit again. Oh, fair enough. Okay. Oh, so the game, like inefficiency in the game, actually have caused past blue screens. Okay. Well, it's been out for what, 8 years now, so surely they would have made some decent progress with making sure the game's stable. Okay, I think that looks good enough, I think. Get it connecting to the pedestrian crossing. Maybe this one too. Some sort of natural curve to it. Ah, fair enough, so you got early access. So you've been playing this game since day one? Green tree, what do they look like? They're not very big. Let's go for some horse chestnuts. We'll try to blend the trees as much as we can. So it's a little bit more natural. Yeah, well, it's amazing that it's been 8 years since it got released. And more amazing that I didn't buy it earlier. I mean, it's a vague memory now, but I do remember when, what was it, SimCity 2000 and whatever came out, that the one that went really bad and was just like nothing what people anticipated it was going to be. I remember being disappointed by that because I used to play SimCity 4 like all the time. It was by far my favorite game back then too. And then Maxis ruined it. Yeah, that's right. You did have a peaceful mind. So what do you normally do with yourself, E-Boss? Like, do you work, do you study? What do you do? Awesome. You design machines for production companies. Awesome. So obviously you'd use like AutoCAD or something similar to do that. All right, we can put some props in here as well. Oh, that spinny wheel's really small. I guess it's gonna be small. Oh, we could probably sneak a little park in here. There's a lot in common with playing. You get enough parts in the right position and you get your money at the end of the month. Fair enough. Sounds cool. So do you enjoy doing it or? I don't know about that tree. It's pretty massive. Let's try that. Let's try to sneak a park in. Small playground. Is it gonna work? Oh wow, that actually worked way better than I thought. None of the equipment on the path. Wow, that's seriously lucky. I'm pretty impressed by that. Oh, that's good. So what, are you married? You have kids or anything like that? Yeah, I know, the park just went in like, honestly, like you couldn't really, I don't have to move it at all. Now I'm gonna like up the ante and do another one. See what else we can sneak in. I think there's a dog park. I haven't really got many dog parks. Oh no, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. And that's not gonna work. Oh, the carousel thing might work. No, but I think it puts a pavement surface over everything. Dog park won't work. Large playground, obviously. Oh, large playground. You know what? Let's see what happens. See if we can get lucky for the second time. Or we might be actually. Oh, we're close. Nothing's built out onto the street. Yeah, that works too. Wow, this is the park that just was meant to be. We just gotta line up this connection here. Alright. We need to go back to this one, back to, that's right, this guy. There we go. With a nice connection to the pedestrian crossing. Maybe we could put some small greenery here as well. Aha, you're lucky. I mean, it's good. Obviously, I've got wife and kids. But enjoy your freedom while you have it. Alright. Yeah, that works. We'll put some nice little plants around the edge of the ridge. It's turning out to be a pretty
Nice park. You could probably put in some of this. Where is it? I think it's in parks. Yeah, some nice side edging to the start of it. Okay, only let me do it to about there. Oh, we should probably keep it the same angle as the other one. There we go. It's not perfect, but yeah. Let's just leave it for that one side. Park Simulator. I'm not blaming you. I played The Sims 3 and was only into the design of the house at the end. Yeah, Sims was alright. I played Sims for a bit. I don't know. It's a weird game. Like I guess I'm more into I guess built. Yeah, like probably similar to what you're saying. Built environment, buildings, development. Like I don't know, managing the Sims themselves, like and ordering them to successfully do tasks like empty the bin, do this, go to the toilet, like all that sort of stuff. It's kind of like I don't know. It just seems weird. Like why? Like you do that in life anyway. Like I don't know. I don't totally love The Sims. Well, yeah, actually, that's what I'm studying at the moment is urban planning, city planning. It's actually something that I should have done when I was a lot younger, but I finally pulled my finger out about 2, 3 years ago and started the course. And yeah, so yeah, actually doing what I kind of felt like I was built to do. Yeah, it is addictive. This is definitely addictive. All right, I think the park's done. It's coming up. It's coming up well now. Probably could throw in a few more trees over here. Just throw in some of these ones for good measure. All right, let's save for starters. Yeah, I spent a lot of my earlier years sort of chasing, I guess, money or easy ways to make good money. And I don't know, just I guess if I have any advice is, I guess the whole mentality of doing something you love, even if it's not necessarily an industry that pays big money. I mean, if you love it, you'll be good at it, and you'll probably make the top dollar within the industry because you are naturally gifted at it. You're not dragging yourself to work every day. So I guess that's my top advice now that I'm older. Yeah, definitely. And you can always start whenever, hey, like I'm 40 this year, so that gives you an idea of like how late I started that degree. Well, I started at probably what 36, I guess 37, 37 probably. So if you're younger than that, then you definitely got heaps of time to change careers or whatever you want to do. All right, let's press play. Let's see if anyone uses the park. They probably won't use it immediately. But yeah, the streaming thing only came to me probably about, I think I've been on Twitch for maybe a month now. I don't even know if it's been a month. I don't even know where to look on Twitch to see how long I've actually been on it. But it's not long. But I figured if I'm playing this in my downtime anyway, I may as well stream it. Now, I just want to see some people actually using the park. Okay, we'll come back to that. Alright, so next stage, stage 2, I want to build like a little industrial estate here that sort of, is connected to the whole port thing. I guess the whole idea of this port area was, I guess you have old areas that were just all industrial and part of the port of a city in the old days, and then they get rejuvenated, get gentrified. So that's what that is. So we still need sort of a complementary little industrial place. And I've already picked the buildings for the theme, so there won't be any. Hopefully, there won't be any smokestack, high polluting kind of industry here. But we'll need to set up the road structure first. That's right. I guess city planning is like an all-encompassing thing. Like if I did a degree when I first left school, I would have done architecture because that's what I felt like doing. I didn't really know about city planning per se, but the way I see city planning is it's like, I guess, design on on a built form level, but also, yeah, on a human level. But it's like a macro level of design, if you know what I mean. So instead of focusing on one building and the design aspects of the building, or even the social, the human side of the building, you're looking at the overall picture instead. So that's why this game and SimCity is just so enjoyable, because it's like, I like to actually let the buildings grow and let the buildings sort of decide for themselves where they're going to go and what's going to go there, rather than, like, I know some people like to place specific assets of every single piece where they want, but for me, I actually like seeing it grow. Alright, let's get this road network going here. So I want to have a small road along the foreshore. And what roads are we going to use? Probably make it a highly bikeable area. Hmm. Let's see what roads we have. I've got so many random assets now. It's actually a bit much. Oh, what's this? That's kind of different. We could use that. That one's got bike lanes. It's so frustrating. It always seems like you can't get bike lanes and trees. It's like one or the other. I want trees. What is that? A Dutch Canal deck bridge. Yeah, that's pretty cool. can't even see those ones, so it's kind of useless. Alright, we might go for this one. It's got a bit more of a industrial feel. Just have to live without the bike paths. That's really making it difficult. Let's turn it off. So we want to build it along here. Well, I can't even see it. Oh, there we go. So we want this main road to curve in, and then it's going to need to feed out. Maybe it could completely loop, have a completely looped tram network. Actually, that might work. Alright, so we need a 3-lane tram road. Have you not seen Just Bikes on YouTube? He has a weird and at the same way intersecting view on the city he lives in. He can be a little bit bitchy at times, so. Have I seen Not Just Bikes on YouTube? No, I haven't seen that. I'll have to look it up. I know the Dutch are into their bikes, so I'm assuming Belgium's probably got a massive bike culture as well. Alright, so we want this to curve out. I might use snapping now, so we can get a right angle snap. Guess we got to decide how big we want these blocks to be. Or should we run it straight through and then grid it? Yeah, I think we'll do that. So we'll go all the way. Let's turn on our contours. That's when it goes up the hill about there. Alright, let's do it to about there. The other problem is I still need to make it somehow connectable to here. I guess I could build a tunnel to give some access to industrial vehicles to actually get into the port. I don't really want to connect it in this way. I was going to run a road down the side here, but it looks like it probably won't fit now. How am I going to make that work? Actually, I could build like a tunnel straight from here, straight underneath there, up to here. That's what we'll do. So now we just got to figure out. So go back here. We won't build the tunnel now, so we know where it's going to go. Oh, okay, so the Dutch still take it to another level, even on top of Belgium. Um, anything I use? I don't know. I guess probably the big thing I guess use, especially in this part of the city, is the green links. So as I've tried to incorporate green links through the neighborhoods, kind of based on like in Australia, and I'm sure it's the same in Europe. But obviously, all the lower lying areas where the creeks are flood prone, of course. So they effectively become green links, and they run through the suburbs, and they serve two purposes. Obviously, being a floodway, but also being green links for parks and for sporting sort of facilities and stuff like that. Stuff that it's not going to really matter if it floods every now and then. So I guess that's one thing. I mean, I guess putting higher density near higher density streets, of course, and near transport nodes makes sense to put higher density there. But Australia, I mean, in Australia, it's interesting. Like we've only got five big cities, and Australians do love suburbia, so low density. So as opposed to just the city itself, so the city itself will have high density for the most part, and some pockets of the inner city. But then basically Australian cities are surrounded by suburbs, so pretty decent sized block houses. It's starting to change now because um, obviously Australia's learning that lower the density, it's harder to provide infrastructure for it because everything's so spread out. So, for instance, you don't see metros running through all the suburbs because the cost of putting a metro in to service such a low density area doesn't make sense. But when you've got high density areas where you have a lot of houses in a small area, then obviously it's cost effective to have those type of infrastructure, infrastructure. So now they are starting to put, I guess, more higher density areas in the suburbs, but people don't really love that. Um, they kind of push against it. But the other problem as well is it's so expensive here in Australia now that you have to sort of provide smaller housing options for people because there's a lot of people that can't afford your standard houses anymore. So it's really strange in Australia because you think of Australia, right? It's a massive continent. Yes, it's covered in mostly desert, so the habitable area is not as big as the continent itself. But you have to remember Australia is as big as, in terms of actual space, it's as big as America. But Australia only has 25 million people that live in it. So it's quite odd that we're actually having a housing supply issue. So the government has to sort of progressively release more land to be developed. Um, but yeah, housing is very, very expensive now in Australia, very expensive. And especially if you live in Sydney or Melbourne, I know Sydney is probably one of the most expensive cities in the world, and Melbourne's not too far behind. And Brisbane, where I am, is starting to creep up as well, especially since COVID. So, so yes and no. Obviously, my city's got a lot of high density in it, so it's not typically, this would not be typically Australian per se, other than having a high density focus in the center. So yeah, I guess yes and no. I mean, like I've been designing cities myself since I was, even since before SimCity 4, just drawing them on roads. So I guess I probably do take a lot of design cues from Australian cities. And there's a little bit of grid system within the inner cities from the older days, of course. But a lot of the suburban areas and the outer areas um, are a lot more, I guess. like you would see this sort of curvature. It's really not gridded at all if you want to, in that sort of sense. It's certainly not like an American style city, that's for sure. But it's certainly not European style. I guess it's sort of unique on its own right. Yeah, well, that's one of the biggest problems here in Australia is um, there's such an incentive for investors to buy investment properties that um, yeah, that's one of the big reasons that the housing price is pushed up. And then, also international people can buy houses as well. So um, yeah, it's in a way like I'm not anti-capitalism or anything like that, of course, but in one sense, it's like, should we really have people that own, multiple houses? Like, some people can own up to 10 investment properties, while there's other people that struggle to even just get one house for themselves. It does, yeah. But see, now the problem is in Australia, because there's such a large group of people that are housing investors, for the government to change the system on that, it's going to be very hard because these are the same people that are voters. A lot of the economy is sort of based on the housing market, if you know what I mean. So there's a lot of, yeah, it's probably the same thing that's happening with you guys. Is we're now coming into a time where that investment property mentality is actually starting to really hurt people. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, so in Australia they have what they call what is it called? I'm trying to think of the term. So essentially, a lot of investment properties don't actually make a return on their own right, but there's massive tax breaks for, essentially if your investment portfolio runs at a loss, if you know what I mean. So effectively, it still makes it quite appealing to have an investment property, even if, say, the rent is not paying the mortgage for the investment property itself, if you know what I mean. The tax benefits are that significant that it's called negative gearing. That's the word I'm looking for. Negative gearing. So negative gearing tax law basically makes investment property ownership a lot more appealing, even if it's not making a return. So yeah, those that setup has been talked about a lot because it is, obviously it has a massive impact on the housing market here. Like the average house cost in where I live now is probably gone from, I don't know, probably about 600 grand, 600,000 Australian dollars to probably around $800,000 in Australian dollars. Okay, I gotta keep building. I just keep talking. Yeah, subsidized rich people, paid for by the poor. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but at the same, like, I guess in a way, the system of capitalism benefits those who work hard and want to achieve, and you don't want to sort of not encourage that. So I think it's more of a matter of getting the balance right, if you know what I mean. Because there is a part of society that will probably never, that just don't care about home ownership. They're happy to just rent. They just want their cheap rent. They don't care about that. They don't, so they're still, you know, it shouldn't be skewed all the way to the other end where I guess it becomes more socialism, I guess. So I guess it's just finding that the right balance between both, I guess. But definitely at the moment, it's probably certainly more skewed towards the rich person's side. But I guess when you're in the rich person's group, you have, effectively the most power and the most, you know, influence on the system overall. So it's hard to pull that back. Yeah, work smart, not work hard. Yeah, good point. Alright, let's see if we can build this tunnel. Oh, will it give me an angle that I want? I want 90 degrees. There we go. And I want tunnel. Wonder how hard it's going to be to build a tunnel here. I need to turn this back on. It's going to have to be a pretty deep diving tunnel, I think. So if we go down to say, let's go down to 21 meters. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, we don't want it to connect to the road. 180 degrees. Pull it back up to, let's try 15 there. Alright, let's see what happens. Oh yeah, it looks like it worked. You can kind of see the tunnel underneath the water, which is not such a bad thing, really. I mean, that looks a little bit strange like that. I mean, that's a deep diving tunnel there. Maybe we can pull the angle up a little bit. So it doesn't look as ridiculous. If we can kind of almost bring it to surface level. Okay. It's probably going to have a massive dip under there, I bet. Yeah, that's alright. I can live with that. We might pull that up a little bit. You can see it, but it's still under the water. Yeah, that seems to work. Might pull that bit up as well. There we go. And we'll pull this up a bit as well. Okay, I'm happy with that. And then we'll get this to surface. Oops, wrong way. Okay. So effectively, we just want a minor connection to the port for this industrial estate. Ah, yeah, sunken tunnel. Yep, yep. Okay, so let's continue with this estate over here. So I want to get some sort of grid symmetry going. So we'll need to connect this road up. Might do it there. What's going on? Why are we getting a bridge? Ah, there we go. And there we go, we need to do that again. Okay, how much higher are we getting here? So I can probably drop this road back down. But yeah, I guess I know in Australia that we've got pretty, in general, people have pretty decent sized properties to live in. I mean, your older style suburbs, your standard block is about 600 meters square. They're now getting down to even around 200 meters squared with the newer estates for a percentage of what's being built. But that's, 600 meters squared, 400, 600, 800 meters. That's kind of standard in a suburb. Bring this back down. Okay, cool. So then we'll go straight from here. What we want to do as well is we want to take that road back down to a two-laner because it's not really necessary to have 3 lanes at this stage. Yeah, that's true. Suburbs have so much non-taxable space. Yeah, that's true. I guess if you're smart, you build a new house and then you sell it off in 10 years' time when the property price has increased. And as a general rule here, property increases double every 10 years. Yeah, so the house we live in now, we rent this house, but this house was bought for around $200,000 back in, I think, 2001 or something. And in today's market, it's worth probably about 800, 900,000. So I guess if you're smart, you sell it out, you sell your house after about 10 years or something, or 15 years, and then you buy another one. And then, the capital gains that you get from it, like it's, once you get your foot in the door, it's actually, and you do it wisely and smartly, you buy in the right area, you can kind of mitigate those, when you have to fix stuff. Like you just end up upgrading your house anyway, or, you've got decent gains from your first houses that the cost to renovate wherever you move, if you don't buy new again, it sort of offsets it. All right, where's my roads gone? So I might do that there. Oh, I forgot to change the road. Okay, we want this guy, the one with the trees. And I think we'll grid it from here. Wow, that didn't work at all. It's being weird because we've got to delete this node. Here we go. Is this working or do we have a weird angle? Gonna be super pedantic. And do that again. Because that doesn't look like 90. Yeah, that's 90. Oh, it's not though. It's because it's slightly off. Alright, let's do it from here instead. That's definitely 90. Okay. And then we'll use this as the guide. Oh, it's so hard to get these cross. Okay. Okay, that's where we want to go from to there. And then from here to here. Okay, that's looking a lot better. And we'll go from here directly straight. Wow, what an intersection. But we'll roll with it. And then go 90 here. Don't know if that's 90 at all. But we can go from here to here. 180. And then 90, there we go. Alright. Now we'll pull out 90 to there. 90 to there. How many blocks is that? I guess we can go to here. Here. So we're going to have some old school gridding for the old part of the city. We might do it from here too, but we won't connect it. Or will we? Or will that look too weird? It won't let me do a 90-degree angle though. Unless I delete this node. I have to wonder if would I mixed housing block combining elders, students, families would work, or just simply wouldn't, probably wouldn't. Yeah, it's hard to say. Like, I guess one of the new, more modern ways of urban planning is to have that mixture of housing. I'm not necessarily saying in the same building, but in the same area, you want a mixture of all types of housing because the whole idea is, diversity, keeping diversity in the community, but also, I guess, the idea that you could basically grow up, live in one area, and you could live your whole life there through a different range of housing depending on your age at the time. So I guess that is one of the modern ways of thinking with planning as well, rather than having just the same style of house in a certain type of area with a certain type of people, a certain type of families, or certain type of age groups. So yeah, so that is one thing that's big, is the whole diversity thing. But diversity is big in everything these days. It's like the catchphrase. The catchphrase for our times. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, having those old school towns. Yeah. See, my dad grew up in a Dutch, like a little Dutch country town kind of thing. I can't get it straight. I can't get it straight. Maybe it's not meant to be. But I want it to be. I said 25% is straight. But does that just look weird? Let's just roll with it for now. It's a real pain that it won't let me. Oh, that's right, because I put all those, took out the node. If I knock that out again. I need my road guidelines. There we go. As someone I used to work with always said, there's a solution to every problem. Now, how does this work here? Like that, I guess. So this road is going to connect up here, so we might put it in now. Which is this one here. And I've also got to connect another road to the freeway because there's only one way in, which is through this underground freeway. So we probably really need to put another interchange there. It's the only place that really makes sense in my mind. Finds every road line except the one you want. Should probably use a straight piece. Keep it straight in here. Where is 180? And then we might curve it around. Oh, it's really hard to get. Zero, there we go. And then it didn't connect. There we go. We can delete a node from here. Oh, it kind of deleted the node itself. That's good. Yeah, thanks, man. I do enjoy this. Cool, the time's not too bad. It's 9:30 p.m. here. I do have to work in the morning. And I worked on my assignment today. So I feel productive. I don't feel like, oh no, I should probably be doing my assignment and not streaming. Let's make this a more natural incline. There we go, that looks a lot more natural. Might embed it a little bit further. Okay. Yeah, there we go. I like that. So I guess we can install, we do need to install the tram depot so we can actually have trams running. Let's extend this road out here first. We got 10 units. Right. 10 units. Yeah, it does go slightly up, so we might just embed this more. There we go. Might even bring this down a little bit too. Bring this across. Ten units again. Okay, cool. Oh, we could probably really pull this all the way through. We'll do that. Actually, we'll do it from here. To there. A few weird intersections, but we'll see how we go. See if it causes any major traffic drama. Probably just connect up our power again. Now, we need our tram depot. Oh, bloody hell, the tram depot is massive. Oh yeah, it'd be good to have the tram depot along the waterfront. But where does it actually... Yeah, because that gives a bit of a buffer to Where does the tram line actually? Oh, it comes out from there. Okay. So we actually have to turn this into a tramway. I think it's just built over the road. Thanks to anarchy. So we have to try to delete this underlying road. There we go. Yep, there we go. Now, really, we should be able to pull that back. It's pulling the whole street back. We can't have that. Because it's connected here. No, let's try without having to destroy it. The road has to be straight. That's alright, we can put it here. Knock out this road. And then rebuild it. And hopefully it'll work. We might have to do a dodgy connection here. We do need tramline as well, so... This guy, I think? Yep. Yeah. Kind of fits like a glove, yeah. Okay, there we go. Can we just move that node a bit? Let's see. Oh man, I'm really pushing it there. Oh yeah, I think I can. Oh. Oh. Yes. I was able to keep it straight. And bring it down to the right level. Whole system's having... You know what? It's time to save. So I'm guessing it doesn't connect on the other end, does it? So if I try to do something here... No. It's not designed to do that. Alright, cool. What's weird is, where do these trees come from? Are they just part of that asset? Yeah, I think they are. Let's get rid of the gaps. That's definitely straight. I could probably move ever so slightly. And we move this. Just a pinch. Alright, cool. It's interesting how it put all these trees along the side here. I mean, I don't hate it. Alright, cool. save that again. How are we looking overall? Good. Did that actually connect? Looks like it did. I don't know. Alright, so now that we've actually got a tram depot, we can chuck in a tram line. Well, it's got the steam back up, so I'm assuming that's good enough. And I do have the autosave ones as well. Should I be doing a second backup? Didn't even think about it. Alright, so tram lines. Alright, so we definitely want a tram station right next to the metro, right next to the casino. So we'll go one stop there. How many do we have along here? Probably do another one down near this park. Probably here. And then here. And obviously we're not going to have anything there just yet. And do we want two along here? Probably. One here. Feels like they're maybe too close, but I think that's probably more logical. And then we need one probably down here near the harbour. Decent gap between these two. Maybe putting it down here would make more sense. Yeah. I think they're spaced pretty well. Okay, then we make the other side. Everyone's getting super happy. There we go. We got our tram line. Save. So my auto saves are still going. Alright, let's see if these tram lines kick off. I don't know why that's saying there's no power to it. There we go. Here goes the trams. We should probably choose the tram types. So there'll be the last two tram sets that we made. We should only really need low capacity ones. Look at these ones, or this one. That looks cool. Let's try that. I don't mind those trams. They're a little bit different from the other ones in the city. Okay. And now they run down here. Cool. Alright, I think we can start zoning. Oh, the tram depot doesn't even have power. Let's pause this. And let's get some zoning going. So put some commercial in the center. And then we'll go industrial. We don't want to go right up the hill. So we might go 9 squares there, there, and there. Oh yeah, what about over here? Those are roads. Need to get rid of those power lines. Let's do that now. Should eventually connect. Might chuck commercial in here as well. Oh, I can get something there too. Alright. So we will put some commercial in there too. I keep that as park. And maybe commercial here too. We're gonna lose power everywhere. Let's see what happens. Hopefully things will build quick enough. No. Need power. So what we'll do is we'll build a power line from this way. Connect it there. So we can just jump the power for the moment. Alright, so let's turn off the contours. Well, we got one smokestack here, that's alright. Yeah, that's right. They just lost their save game, or they didn't even get to save it. Oh, that's a nice. This is a nice time of the night. Ah, water pipes. I was watching a guy play earlier, and he actually puts all his water pipes under the roads really neatly. I thought that's really, really. Now that's taking it to the next level. I'm kind of like the water pipes, you can't really see it, so I don't really care. But I think in my next city I might do that. Oh, yeah, we got our underground road here. It should just be left in, left out. It shouldn't really have a light. In fact, we've got 3 to 4 lanes anyway. So what we can do is paint in. But do we have enough nodes for them to use though? We don't, but that's okay. We can sort that out. So we want to go like that, or do we? Or like this? And like this? No, what am I doing? That doesn't make sense at all. That's definitely going there. But we want this to go here. Yeah, it's not going to work what I thought was going to work. But we can put in lane controls. This guy here. I guess this doesn't really matter because I don't want to restrict it because there's only one node before the other way, so you want vehicles to be able to go either way. So I'll leave them alone for that one. Oh no, look, we got a bad connection here. That's better. Okay, so I probably want to take the wall all the way around from here. Give it a bit of a curve. Or is that too curvy? I think there's too much curve there. Just building the same curve again. Okay, that's better. That's straight on. Straight on. Let's do some underwater leveling. Alright. Let's get some trees in here. Why is it flooding? It's the temporary flood. Go. Can't sneak a tree in there. Alright, let's get a couple of trees going around here. So yeah, so work tomorrow. So actually, I've got a job with a city council already. So it's actually specifically like a university student job for a planner. So I was very blessed to get that job while I'm studying. So yeah, so I actually get to work on planning stuff already, which is awesome. Yeah, it's what's awesome about it is it's flexible. So basically during semesters, I can work as little as 3 days a week for my study, and then outside of semester, I can work full time. So it's really good. That was one of my big goals in studying again was like I had to get a job doing it, while I'm studying, not waiting until the end of my study. So thank God for that I was able to score that job. Yeah, the flexibility just makes it, yeah. Well, it's effectively set up for a planning student, but they also do it for engineering students as well, and a couple of other professions, I guess. When you do put the extra trees, it does seem to encourage growth as well. So it's not just an aesthetic thing. I think it just adds, it makes the land value higher or something, and then better buildings or houses come. There we go. Yeah, sort of a soft start. So what's interesting is the university students, they move them around every 6 months, so you don't stay in the same team the whole time you're there. You kind of get a feel of all different areas. Um, so the first area was relatively basic stuff, and I only really did more administration side of things. But the one that I'm in now is actually, they've given me a lot more meat. I'm actually working on actual applications. So I'm actually learning a lot in the current one. Yeah, and make it less ugly, especially the gaps. Okay, so my little industrial state is taken off now. Industrial demand is down, so it's probably not going to grow as fast as I would like it to. I was still wondering what I'll do with this area. I wonder if there's an industrial. Can I put a warehouse there? Is there a small enough warehouse to put there? Oh yeah, what's this guy? A warehouse yard. Small warehouse. Oh yeah, there we go. Could throw in a small warehouse here. So I knew that road's not. Oh yeah. Utilize that space. Okay. Now we got to get it to do something. Do we not have water on this island? Oh, because it's not connected properly. And we need to make it do something. I haven't got any proper industries in this city yet, so I think it just has to do something like this, the commercial stuff. Okay, oh, my water availability is hitting the peak. I think that's the other reason as well. Okay, so we need another pumping station, or another couple. I might as well build a third one. I've actually put these water pumps technically downstream, but there's no pure water going there anyway, so it should be right. Okay, so water availability should jump up. There we go. I'm going to do something more with this island, I just don't know what yet, so I'm just going to leave it for the moment. Oh yeah, look at that. That's working out alright. Oh wow. Talk about an office block choice to go there. The best of best shoppies, okay. Well, you know what? I don't know if I've shown you this before, but I'll show you how. Actually, we'll keep it running. How I manage my wastewater in this city. Now, over here, you're probably looking at it going, "What the hell is this?" So, in my earlier days, and I think there are buildings now that you can do it properly, but I haven't changed it because it's working anyway. So anyway, there was in the early days when you can't really get rid of all the shit water. It was really pissing me off because it was just making the bay look crap. So some guy on YouTube's got this. It's not a cheat. It's I don't know. It's just some sort of weird loophole in the system. So essentially, you put all your sewage connections here. So it dumps it in here, and then you have all these pumps over here, right? But there's a trick to it. So you build all the pumps, you have the game paused, and then you start it, and as soon as the pumps come online, you turn them off. Like you have to do it as soon as they come on, so you keep pausing and unpausing the game, and then you basically get into a situation where they're all effectively turned off, but they're still working. So the shit water comes in, and then magically gets pumped by the water pumps that are turned off. I know that sounds weird, and it handles all the sewage. And the key is obviously you don't connect. All the pumps are not actually connected to your water system itself. They don't connect anywhere. They just connect to each other. But it does the job. Like I had to add a few more pumps when I got more wastewater and it overflowed. So it did overflow when I built Fibonacci because it didn't have enough pumps to handle it, and the shit water went all through here. Oh, that's the other thing I want to do. There's fusion power plants. So I'll probably change these nuclear power plants to fusion at some point, and maybe make this area a bit more designed better. It's quite, yeah, that's just from my early days. And then, not that excited about landfills and power plants. But yeah, it's a really weird cheat, and I haven't bothered to change it with the newer buildings because, to be honest, it works. And if it's not broken, why fix it, I guess. You're wondering what that was. Yep, that's how we treat sewage in Port Eastington. That's why we have crystal clear water with no shit in it. So I guess you speak Dutch and French and English? A tree we can put there. Might go those chestnuts. Dutch, German, and English. Okay, cool. So do a lot of people in Belgium speak German as well? Is that pretty common? Can't get that last tree in. Alright. So good. Oh, it's very jumpy around there. Ah, fair enough. Yeah, I always found Belgium an interesting country being it's like it feels it seems like it's like the blend between Dutch and then French, being in between both of the countries, speaking both languages. Oh, we did get some little smokestack ones. Trees don't really love smokestacks. Fair enough. So what do you mean it shouldn't exist? Why do you say that? You think it should have just effectively be cut in half and be French and be Dutch? Okay, can we get rid of this power line now? Does the power cross by itself? Oh, it doesn't. Ah, that's so annoying. Okay, so we'll just pause it. Oh no, does it still connect? That's all. Yes, it's still connecting. Wonder how the traffic's going in this tunnel. Yeah, not too bad. We're not having any major issues. And it's only feeding traffic on this area, which is what we wanted. No, it's using it to cut across. It's not actually from this area. Okay, that works. Keep trying to tree it up. Probably add a bit more. Oh yeah, it is zoned already. Just no one's built there. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, Australia itself is pretty multicultural. Oh, we've missed a block here. Yeah, it does. Yeah. I mean, the big cities, Sydney and Melbourne, are very multicultural. Brisbane is somewhat multicultural. It's become more multicultural over the years. You got a lot of smoke going on in here. But I think, for Australia, the big advantage is we've really only got a small population. So I think once you get a bigger population, I think, because of course there's still issues here, but once you get a bigger population, it seems to get amplified. Well, I don't know about those trees. They're a bit, what, I'm getting rid of those. Oh, no, it's hard to get to. Oh, whew, I thought I nearly bulldozed my walkway there. Um, it's a good question. I guess it probably just comes down to certain areas. Um, like Sydney, it is very multicultural, but it's almost like I grew up in Sydney, so Sydney's like effectively culturally, it's kind of like four cities in one, where you've got certain areas which are very Australian, very white Australian, and you got certain areas that are very like there's a lot of Middle Eastern influence, a lot of Asian, a lot of South Sea Islander. So it's kind of like in Sydney, in a way, people kind of stick to their cultures for the most part. So people kind of don't venture into different areas of the city that's sort of outside of their culture. I don't know if that's the best way to explain it. So there's no, there are some issues. Like of course it's not perfect, but I wouldn't say there's major issues. So there's certainly a group of people in society, I guess, that would think multiculturalism is a negative impact. But then there's some that think it's a positive. Like I mean, the fact that you can get a taste of different cultures by going to different parts of the city. In Brisbane here, it's quite Australian, so it's I do miss the multicultural side of Sydney, where you can go into different areas and get a taste of authentic food from different cultures. There's not as much of that here, but Brisbane is like the third largest city in Australia. Is just a better lifestyle. The weather's better. The value for money you get here is a lot better. It's better for families. Like I like Sydney. Sydney's great to visit, but to live in Sydney, you really have to be quite wealthy to live anywhere nice in Sydney. And then if you don't live in the nice areas in Sydney, the rest of Sydney is really not that great. You'd be better off living in Brisbane. You'd be better off living in Melbourne or somewhere else. So it's a weird contrast with Sydney like that. Yeah, it is a complex issue, but I honestly think like as an overall thing in Australia, it's not too bad. And I personally think that's because the population is low and the real melting pot of multiculturalism only really exists on a significant level in Sydney, Melbourne, somewhat Brisbane, and then the rest of the cities in Australia are pretty Australian overall. So the negative things of multiculturalism only really show their head in Sydney and Melbourne, I would say. But even then, it's I don't know. I wouldn't say it's that bad at all. There'd just be small pockets of issues, but that's it. Young people just want free Wi-Fi. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of free Wi-Fi in Australia, so you can pretty much get free Wi-Fi in a lot of areas. So that's a good thing. But overall, I can say Australia's a pretty laid-back place. I do love living here. I haven't been out of the country for a long time now, so in a way, I can probably say that I do need to get out and go see other cultures overseas a bit more. I'm a bit sheltered in that aspect, but it's been funny. Every time I've tried to go overseas, something's happened, and obviously the last thing that happened was COVID. So I often joke with people that I feel like I'm on the Truman Show, and every time I try to leave this island, something stops me from leaving this island. Yeah, if I had to do a broad brush thing with the cultural thing, I would say that it functions well enough, and it's probably more positive than it is negative. Okay. Well, there's a few more smokestacks than I anticipated. I thought I only chose, I think, like one or two when I did the theme for it. Oh, actually, that's a good point. Is the theme covering it properly? The zone. Yeah, it's definitely covering it. But it seems like it's gone nuts and built heaps of smokestack related buildings. So, but hey, I can live with that. So what about Belgium? How would you sum up Belgium with multiculturalism? Working, not working? I do sometimes hear of the odd multiculturalism issue happening in Belgium or Holland or France. Actually, I get the impression France has a lot of issues with multiculturalism. Oh, getting some jitters there. Alright, time to save. Alright, I like the purple trees there. Okay, let's get into 10:30 now, so I think it's time to, I think this is another good step in the right direction for Portsea. Looks like we're getting some decent traffic. Let's see if we can pick a random. Let's pick William Harris. Resides at the Laurel residence. He's a cleaner at the high school. He's going to the mega shopping centre. Okay, let's follow this guy. Halfway is not far. There we go, he's going to jump on the tram. Cool. I'll stop following him again. Oh, I wasn't doing that. Okay, hopefully we'll stop here. Yep, there we go. That's it. Yeah, fair enough. I reckon that's a really good way to look at it. Sometimes people's attitudes is they don't really, they're so busy with their own lives, they just don't care enough to want to understand the other side of things. Yeah, exactly. It's just humans' selfish nature. Okay, so what is he doing? He's just went to the donut shop. donut shop is really set up strangely, eh? Okay, let's just have a look around. Interesting choice of building, but I think it works there. Looking pretty good through here. Yeah, supposed to be working at the high school. Look at this, it's pumping here at the station. What sort of traffic are we getting through that now? 300 people. 62 people at the hotel. 75 at the casino. Ah, you know what we haven't done? Went to all that effort of putting a ferry stop here, and I never actually connected a ferry line to it. There's no harbour. Nothing. No ships going to there either. That's annoying. Alright, so let's build our... We need a ferry stop. I need to build a ferry road. I think it's so dumb that you have to build a ferry path. I mean, just let it go through the water and find its own path. Like, how hard is it? So we'll connect it to there. Here we go with these connections again. Probably just as easy to go. Probably turn off anarchy. No, not a good idea. Don't turn off anarchy. There we go. That's connected. And we need to actually make the ferry line. So do we create a whole new ferry line for it, or we just use an existing one? Probably use an existing one, right? Where do we want it to go? Doesn't need to go through the rivers, probably just go to the main city ferry terminals. Huh. Surprise, surprise, I don't think it's connected. I think building these gardens to the port though. You know how ferries are. Yeah. Okay. That's definitely connected, surely. Oh, it's not working. Why is it not working? Tell you what, this ferry terminal thing is starting to do my head in. Let's try again. No. is it this end? No, it will not connect. Why does that need water? Oh, hang on. I think sometimes it needs to be playing for it to sort of kick in. I hope so, because it's starting to piss me off. Yeah. It's like everything has been hard with this part here. And it's just another thing. Surely you can cross shipping lines, right? That's not the issue, is it? No, it will not connect. Alright, let's just rebuild the whole thing. Get rid of that. There's definitely no weird line running off it. We'll try it without anarchy. Ah, is this... Is it sea life that's causing the issue? Ah, it's like it's kind of overlapping. Is that part of sea life? What's going on with that? Oh, no way. It's sea life. I have to move freaking sea life. Sea life is causing the problem. Oh man, here we go. Maybe we can do it and then move sea life back. Let's try that. So we've got anarchy off. Ooh, we can get some green non-anarchy route going. It's weird how it's kind of offset. You can't, oh yeah, there it is. There it is. There it is. Alright, so we're going to create its own line. Oh, no way! Are you fucking serious? How does it not connect? What if I try a different place? No. What the actual fuck? What is going on? Why does it not connect? It's literally connected. Oh, hang on. Let the time thing go. some time go past. Water does seem to be funny with that. Try again. No. No. What's interesting is it's this weird dark color here. Yeah, I'm starting to feel it might be a tomorrow. What if I try connecting to the other node in there? Okay, this is my last attempt. Let a little bit of time kick in. And let's get the ferry line. And no, it's still not connecting. If I create a new line from here, oh, fucking hell. Okay. That is definitely going to be a tomorrow job. And since it appears it's not the sea life causing the problem, moving that back. I think that's where it was. What's worrying though is I think it's going to require me to bulldoze that building for the fourth time to get it to work. I think it's a glitch with the building. It's annoying that there's no cruise ships going there either. Anyway, there we go. Portsea's growing. The next area will be up the top here. Yeah, I'll give it a crack tomorrow. The next area will be the top area up here. And then we definitely need to make a freeway connection on the surface level here. That needs to happen, not only for Portsea here, but to connect up to the north. Traffic's getting thick already. At the moment, the only way in or out of Portsea is through this road.
Oh, traffic's gone now to 68%. That's annoying. It was up to 74% when I started. It's getting thick over here again. It's definitely much better over here. My metro system is working. There's no clogged metro lines. Train lines are not clogged, so that's good. Oh, this is getting a fair bit of traffic here for some reason. It's not normal. Riverview. It's going alright. So much more land to build. This freeway's starting to get a darker colour. Fair bit of traffic going into the airport. Fibonacci's road networks are working alright. Alright, cool. Let's put on a little bit of cinematics to finish it out. We'll keep cracking on it tomorrow. Cheers, man. Thank you. You can probably notice the lag now. It's definitely picking up more and more. Yeah, you too, man. Have a good night, or a good morning, or a good day, or a good day for you guys.